Question 96. Why was a man of peace like Jesus condemned to death on a cross?
Jesus posed a decisive question to his contemporaries. Either he was acting with divine authority, or else he was an impostor, a blasphemer, and a violator of the law who had to be called to account. A long time ago, the Jews and Jesus clashed in a way that had never happened before. This was because he forgave sins, which only God can do. Also, Jesus, as God, is above the Sabbath law. Remember, you were not supposed to work on the Sabbath. He went ahead and did good deeds on the Sabbath. That meant when the Jews noticed what he was doing, they accused him of blasphemy and being a false prophet. Back then, according to the Jewish law at that time, people who committed the crimes of forgiving sins or saying the Sabbath law had no limits needed to die.
Question 97. Are the Jews guilty of Jesus' death?
No one can assign collective guilt for the death of Jesus to the Jews. Instead, the Church professes with certainty that all sinners share in the guilt for Jesus' death. At the time when Jesus was here on earth, there were two groups of people, the Romans and Jews with power who were against Jesus, and those who supported, followed, and believed Jesus. The latter group did not protect him. What that means is that everyone was guilty of sin. Remember, when Jesus came to live among us, he lived during a specific time period. Think about all the people who lived before and after Jesus. They experienced sin in some way, which meant they all experienced rejecting God at some point. What does that mean? All people are responsible for Jesus' crucifixion.
Question 98. Did God will the death of his only son?
The violent death of Jesus did not come about through tragic external circumstances. Jesus was delivered up according to the definite plan and foreknowledge of God. Acts 2:23. So that we children of sin and death might have life, the Father in heaven made him to be sin who knew no sin. 2 Corinthians 5:21. The magnitude of the sacrifice that God the Father asked of his Son corresponded to the magnitude of Christ's obedience. And what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No, for this purpose I have come to this hour. John 12:27. On both sides, God's love for men proved itself to the very end on the cross. Remember, long ago people were united with God before they broke apart from God as the result of sin, and both were separated. So what did God do? He decided to send Jesus to live with us and share in everything we experience. Then Jesus suffered, was crucified, died, and was buried. As a result, he was able to descend to hell to overcome sin and death, and rose from the dead to ascend to heaven so that we could be reconciled with God again. Here's an example. Imagine a bridge. The bridge must have support on both sides to stay aloft. If one of the supports is gone, the bridge collapses and you can't walk across. Both supports are necessary. Now suppose one of the supports of the bridge is God and the other support is people, us. Now we tend to continually break apart from God, which means we don't hold up our side of the bridge. It keeps collapsing. So what did Jesus do? He came and held up our side of the bridge so we can walk across it, which means he helped us reconcile with God.
Hi, I'm Katie Locus. This is my sign name. I'm from the Archdiocese of Kansas City in Kansas. Thank you so much for watching our video this week. Hope to see you again next week. Bye!